One of the most important questions for your life is whether you should go to college or not. Most people online will answer with a resounding yes or a resolute no. And most of the time, this is because of low IQ binary thinking. In this video, I'll show you how to really answer the question for yourself. I will also surprise you with several reasons why you actually should go to college. I'm the decision doctor and you are my patient. Now let's start the examination. The American culture still mostly works on the boomer framework of go to college to get a well-paying job. And it was true for them. The boomers even got a well-paying job without a high school diploma. But if you had a college degree back then, you were a made man. And it did not matter what that degree was in. But reality changed a lot. And what was true for the boomers has not been true for the last 30 years or so, and will not be true in the future. But because of this, the standard framework is that going to college is a given, and not going needs to be argued and explained. But the reality is inverted. So when you are deciding if you should go to college or not, the standard answer is always no. The standard is, you will not go to college. If you go, it needs to be because of good reason, which we will further examine now. Should you go into college if you will have debt at the end of it? No. Student loans are usury by definition and should not be considered unless you will become a medical doctor or you have a guaranteed high-paying position waiting for you. The emphasis here is on guaranteed and high-paying. For example, your family has a law practice that you are expected to take over in the future. You will obviously need to become a lawyer first. Even in this example, see if your family law practice can pay for tuition or at least employ you part-time while you go through law school. Or for counterexample, let's say your family runs and owns a mid-sized CNC shop for special-made metal parts. Your old man wants you to join the company and get yourself an engineering degree. Here it would not be necessary, and if you don't particularly want to do several years of math to end up doing something that is much simpler and does not really require it, then you need to talk to your dad about if working your way up in the family business might not be the better option. The degree needs to have real-world application, which means anything that is not STEM, meaning science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, is automatically disqualified, and you should not go and study this in college, but rather in your free time as a hobby. A college degree is a certification for professional training, and if you get a degree in history or writing, that just qualifies you to be a teacher on this subject at best. But teachers are poor, which is why this would be foolish. A quick word about psychology and biology. These fields are considered STEM, but only by popular belief. They're not sciences, but more akin to something like alchemy or astrology. This is a topic on its own, and I can make a separate video about it if you like. But in short, if you want to study psychology or biology, don't. You will be poor for most of your life if you do so. This hits high on the F about and find out chart. The college you should go to is the one that is closest to your home. I'm not kidding. You should not move out of your parents' home after you graduate high school to live in a dorm. Money worries eat away at your soul, and if you move out permanently, you will put a massive financial burden on yourself for absolutely no reason other than almost everyone is doing it. The college does not matter because most companies don't really care as long as you have a mint degree with solid grades from an accredited local college. The one exception are Ivy League institutions, meaning the top 10 like Harvard or Yale. But only go there if you can get a full ride scholarship. It is still true that the people you meet there will help you accelerate in your career, and the top firms still value graduates from these institutions, but that is never ever worth the amount of unabsorbable debt you'll bind yourself with. So either full scholarship or no Ivy League. If your family has a college fund for you, or Nana wants to pay for it, the advice is the same. Only go to the local community college or any other local, cheap, and accredited institution. Take the college fund money to buy a house instead. That is way more worth than an Ivy League degree. If you did not like high school, you will not like college. A STEM degree needs serious commitment to studying and understanding the material. After all, at college, you are an engineer or scientist in training. If you don't have the drive or aptitude to sit and study for long periods of time, then do not go to college. You will hate yourself all the way through it and most likely quit before you finish. So don't even start down that path and join the workforce instead, or go to trade school after you've got your high school diploma. Here's your decision doctor's examination conclusion. Should you go to college? No, unless you will get a STEM degree and finish debt-free. Can you disregard the debt-free part? Yes, but only if you'll become a medical doctor or you have a guaranteed and high-paying position waiting for you. Which college should you go to? The local community college or any similar accredited institution that is close to your home. Should you go to an Ivy League institution like Harvard or Yale if you have the chance? Yes, but only if you get a full ride scholarship. Never ever with student loans or Nana's money. Should you move out to go to college? No, unless you go to an Ivy League college on a full ride scholarship. If you don't, move out only after you finish your college degree and started working as an engineer or scientist. For more on this, watch my video, You Should Buy a House, the Never Pay Rent Strategy. What if you don't like high school or studying? Then don't go to college. Join the workforce after you finish your high school or go to trade school, provided you're not built like Slenderman. The examination is concluded. Disregard the advice from your decision doctor at your own peril.